Well, some investors are pulling money out of the stock market and shifting towards cash and bonds, according to strategists from Bank of America. Yahoo Finance's Jared Blickery joins us with more from the New York Stock Exchange. Jared, name them. Who are these investors?
Well, I'll tell you what, healthcare is seeing inflows. Not a lot of else looking at equities, at least in terms of inflows this week, but strong inflows into cash. Money market funds still growing pretty strong inflows, $145 billion into cash quarter to date. Michael Hartnett over at B of A talking about the flows this week. Faster inflows than in the last quarter, which is also big, by the way. Treasuries, so those are government bonds, strong inflows, $127 billion year to date, on pace for an annualizing record of $206 billion.
There are several determining factors for Tesla stock. There's the Q3 earnings, FED interest rates, the Cybertruck, and very importantly, the EV revolution. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to focus on the last one. The future of transportation is electric, and it's not just a trend, it's a transformation. Electric vehicle demand and sales are poised to outshine their ICE counterparts, paving the way for a cleaner and more sustainable automotive industry. Whether it's the lower environmental impact, technological progress, or changing consumer attitudes, the electric vehicle movement is gaining momentum. So keep your eyes on the road ahead, because the future of mobility is electric.
Strong sell-through on vehicles through the first part of the year, and part of that has been modulation on pricing. As we get into the back half of the year, and we look at where interest rates hopefully flatten out here in the short term, we'll see how vehicle sell-through continues on. For Tesla, they had been capturing a fairly substantial premium, and as they've ramped up a fair amount of volume on the production side, they've been taking share from a lot of folks, and sometimes you have to incentivize the market to adopt the products in a different way when you're taking share that aggressively. And so my sense is that we're getting close to the end of those price cuts short term. There's going to be an awful lot of activity around share gains and shifting in terms of which vehicle makers really do ultimately succeed. What we continue to see, though, from Tesla is that they've innovated on the technology and the cost side ahead of peers and continue to drive market share just by having structural cost advantages in terms of the vehicles and on the manufacturing front. And so they have the option to. I'm not sure we're going to see it here in the back half of the year, but they certainly have the option to drive share with those price cuts if needed.
Tesla is inarguably an uncommon company. The EV maker has reported tremendous growth in the past years, and it's still doing incredibly well. The company's stock has topped the charts multiple times in the previous months, and a lot is still on the way that can potentially cause the stock price to skyrocket in the near future. For a long time, Tesla has been a leading car company, and investors are curious as to just how much they can make from investing in the automaker. Although it is never certain, some market factors can help determine just how much a stock can be worth in years to come. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. We're currently in a transition period with the automotive landscape and seeing it evolve. Some major cities and even entire countries are announcing plans to ban the sale of new ICE vehicles within the next decade or two, accelerating the shift towards electric mobility. Many governments worldwide are also incentivizing the adoption of electric vehicles through tax credits, rebates, and reduced registration fees. These measures make the EVs more attractive and financially viable for a broader range of consumers. And it is for this particular reason that we think Tesla is on the road to further dominating, or even monopolizing the industry. If Tesla is able to manufacture and sell only 50% of all EVs on roads in the future, think about how much it can make in total revenue, and this is just from cars. We're not even saying that this will be easy, but the truth is that there isn't really any other company that can attain this milestone besides Tesla. As we continue on with this video, we're going to dive deeper into the future of Tesla in the EV world, and explore the many opportunities that await the automaker. We're also going to explore a Tesla stock valuation that could actually come through in the event things actually go well for Tesla. So let's dive in. But before we start, if you like this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. Electric vehicles are no longer limited to small compact options. Leading automakers, including Tesla, are producing a diverse range of EVs, from compact cars to SUVs and even trucks. And this variety caters to different consumer preferences and needs. Speaking of automakers, Tesla's role in the EV revolution cannot be overstated. Tesla's innovative approach, from its cutting-edge technology to its charismatic CEO Elon Musk, has driven excitement and demand for EVs like never before. As more electric vehicles hit the road and gain visibility, consumer perceptions are shifting. EVs are no longer seen as compromisers, but as high-performance, technologically advanced and desirable vehicles. One of the initial challenges for EV adoption was the availability of charging infrastructure. However, significant investments have been made towards expanding charging networks, making it increasingly convenient for EV owners to find charging stations. Similarly, the economics of scale are also at play. As more manufacturers invest in EV production, manufacturing costs are dropping, making EVs more competitive in terms of pricing. This is also going to be another opportunity for Tesla to take over. The EV company recorded a revenue of $18.8 billion for the first quarter of last year, which was about 42% higher than the amount registered in the first quarter of the previous year. Although Tesla's revenue dropped to around $16.9 on the second quarter of the year due to challenges in its car delivery, the automaker did manage to record highs in production value compared to its competitors. In 2021, Tesla's car delivery increased by about 81%. Despite the increasing competition in the EV industry, it is therefore imperative to expect something bigger from the EV maker. Now, here's a small prediction. In a bear case scenario where Tesla makes half of Musk's expected value of 20 million cars by 2030, we can expect Tesla's stock price to reach about $3,120 per share. Here's a calculation for this. Assuming the average price of a Tesla car in 2030 is about $60,000, then we can expect gross income on car sales to be at around $60 billion. If Tesla makes 15% of this value from its non-automotive products like batteries and robotics, that gives $90 billion, with a total revenue of $690 billion. With an EPS rate of 15% and a PE ratio of 30, Tesla shares can be sold for $3,120 in 2030. Note that we're using a PE ratio of 30, considering that by 2030, Tesla will most likely be a mature company. But in the bull case where Musk's prediction is actually achieved, and Tesla sells about 20 million cars by 2030, Tesla's gross revenue could be as high as $1.56 trillion if its non-automotive products can yield 30% of its car sales revenue. Maintaining the same EPS and PE value, Tesla's stock price could go up to $11,700 per share. No doubt this is a very high stock prediction, considering that the stock is currently below $300 at the time of this video. But if all goes well with the stock, Tesla could actually reach this incredible milestone. Remember we mentioned earlier the Q3 earnings, Cybertruck and the lower interest rates. If these factors turn out to be positive, then we're sure to have a good investment period going forward. For instance, the Cybertruck is one of Tesla's most anticipated projects, and it is expected to shoot up the company's demand and revenues. But as always, don't forget to carry out your own research and make sure your own Tesla valuation and stock price targets are within your own limits. If you found this video enlightening, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. And if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to over the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.